looked forward to this bit. It's making the bikini top. Obviously we need to spare Marilla's blushes, so we're going to make her a lovely bikini. And it's going to be made with two, I don't know, semicircles. I've made one here already, sort of attached to a band. It's really pretty. I wish I could wear it. In many ways. Okay, so we'll start by making these. We need to make two of these. These are the bra panels. Eleonora has called them bra panels. Lovely. So we've got one here already made. They're not tricky. Let's make a start. Obviously we're using pesto for this, which makes me happy in so many ways. It's one of my total favourites. Let's get going. Right, you can start with a 4-chain and joined into a slip stitch to make a ring, or you can start with a magic loop, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to wrap my yarn around my finger, put my finger on there to clamp it so that it's not going anywhere. Then I just kind of pick my yarn up, and I sort of put my loop over the top of my hook. I can let go now, yarn over and secure. If you want that done in excruciating detail, we've done a video about it on our YouTube channel, if you like. Right, so we're ready to go with row 1, and we're going to do 3 chain, and that's going to count as our first treble. And I've already done one, so I'm going to do 2 more. 1 and 2, and I've got to be really careful with my tension because I just made one of these and held it up to the other one and it was huge, so I've had to do another. We don't want that, do we, really? Right, 5 treble into the ring. Let's go. That's 1. So I'm going to try and be really sort of super conscious of my tension here. Try and keep it the same as the one that I made a couple of days ago. I must have been very uptight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so we've done 6 treble into, well, 5 and the 6 being the starting 3 chain into the ring. However you choose to do it is fine, but because I've made a magic ring, I just need to pull the end like so and just close it up, and that will have the effect of making that fan out a little. And that is our row 1. We're going to turn the work and do 3 chain. That's going to count as our first treble on this row as well. So we're going to increase our stitch count from 6 to 12, and the way we're going to do that is just by putting two stitches into each of the ones from the previous row. I'm going to start by putting 1 treble into the base where I've just made that chain, and that's going to count as like my first, then that will count as my first pair of stitches. Okay, so 2, and I'm going to go and put 2 in every stitch all the way along till the end. Okay, our last 2 stitches are going to go into the top of that beginning chain 3 from the previous round. I'm just going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so they're going to go into the top of the 3 chain from the previous round, and it's a real tight fit, so don't worry if it kind of goes to the side of it or whatever, you won't see it. And when I do this is stitch number 12, which is at the end of row 2. I'm just going to compare it in size to the one I've already made. That's better. I need to try and keep it even and not too big, because we've got extra bits and bobs to add on to it, and I don't want it to drown her, do I? I want it to fit nicely. Right, so that was row 2, so I'm turning my work again. Row 3, I'm going to increase further to 18 stitches. I'm going to start again with my 3 chain to begin with. That's going to count as my first treble. Have I done that? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And 1 treble at the base of the chain. Okay. And rather than increasing in every stitch this time, I'm going to increase in every other stitch. So I've done 2 there. I'm now going to do 1 in the next stitch. And then 2 in the next stitch. And so on towards the end of the row. Okay, and I'm on the last stitch now, which goes into the top of the chain from the row before, and that's given me 18 stitches on row 3. I'm just going to do another quick size comparison. Oh yes, that's much better. And on our last row, row 4, we're actually now switching from trebles to half trebles, so don't forget we're working UK terminology. Okay, so turning my work again. But this time my beginning chain is only 2 rather than 3 because we're going to those half trebles. Okay, I'm making a half treble at the base of those chains, and I'm just going to put 1 half treble in the next 2 stitches, and then I'm going to increase by putting 2 in the following stitch. So 2 half trebles in 1, then 2 half trebles stand alone, then 2 half trebles in 1. So it's a standard increase. So 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 and so on. 2 1 1 2 1 1 half trebles all the way to the end. Okay, that's my last increase, and I'm just finishing up with 2 standalone half trebles, the last one going into the top of that starting chain from the row before. Okay, so that is my 4 rows. Yes, that's more like it. I'm going to cut the yarn, fasten off, and quickly sew in those ends. So I'll quickly do that, and then we'll see where we go from here. Okay, I've made part of the strap, so I've just done row 1 of the strap really. I didn't think you'd really be interested to see that. So it's 91 chain, and then I've worked trebles all the way along it. So that is our right side. I'm now working back across on row 2, so you're looking here at the wrong side, and what we're going to do is join the top parts onto the bra strap, and the way we're going to do that is by carrying on working double crochet through the top of our strap, but we're going to work them through through 2 layers, so we're going to work through the little top sections as well. As we work a stitch into the top of the strap, we're going to work it through the cut part, and how we're going to kind of spread it out, if you like, is because we know where we're going along here because we've got nice normal stitches to work into. We're going to work 2 stitches into each row, so 2 stitches into here, then 2 stitches into row 3, 2 stitches into row 2, 2 stitches into row 1, then we're going to do 1 stitch right in the center, okay, then 2 stitches into row 1, 2, 3 and 4, all the way along like that on this first piece. So let's do that. We'll just move that one out of the way for now. We'll come to that in a minute. So I've worked 27 of the double crochet here, so I'm ready to start joining. I'm going to put my hook through my next stitch and also through the very corner of the bra cup. Now it's right side to right side here, and I'm going to pull that through and make a double crochet. Okay, going to into the next stitch along on the strap and still into the end of row 1. Oof, he went through my finger there. The end of row 1 on the little top part, and it's just got to pull through 2 layers for you to complete your double crochet. So that's the next 2 are going to go into row 3. So I've gone through the bra strap. I've got a bit more space on this one, so that's good. 1, next stitch along, actually kind of going right through the edge of, right sort of through that last stitch, to be honest. And 2, oops, just tighten that up a little bit. Next one along through row 2 of the top, And again, next one along, still through row 2. So we're doing 2 stitches per row, remember. Okay, and we're now getting to row 1. We'll stop in a minute and see what it looks like. So we're going through all those layers. One more into row 1. And then we're right at the centre now, so we go through the next double crochet and right through that centre point. Okay, and now we're going to do the same, but working out from the centre to the outside. So here we go again. So through the next stitch there, just make sure I'm hitting row 1 of there, of the top, because we've got to do 2 in each row end, if you see what I mean. So moving along, 1 more stitch on the strap and 1 more in there. Next stitch along, we're now moving on to row 2. But basically it's just helping you even things out, isn't it? 1 more stitch into row 2 underneath. That's 3, so in there we'll do it, I think. I've gone a bit too far there, not sure. Right, 2 into row 3. No, that's okay. One more into row 3. Into there. And 2 into row 4. So don't forget we're working along our bra strap, moving along one stitch each time my yarn's got caught up. Of course it has. And just the last one now. Into that very corner to hold it nice and secure. Right, I'm just going to stop for now, put that down and open it up. And you can see that's joined really nicely and securely. Lovely. But we're not done. We've only done 1/2 of it. Okay. I'm just going to move my yarn, which has got stuck. And we've just got to do exactly the same with the other piece now, but just make sure I've got it the right way round. Can't tell. Wrong right. Yeah, that's correct. But before we move, we don't go directly onto the next one. We're going to put 1 double crochet stitch just through the next one on the strap without doing anything going through here. And then it's exactly the same thing again, working along 2 stitches in the end of each row. So I'm just going to do that and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so that's the last stitch there to join it. Let's just let go of that for a moment. I love it, it's really beautiful, isn't it? Right, so I've just got to put a double crochet in the last 27 stitches, and we're going to be changing colour on that last stitch, just as we've done on the tail and other bits and bobs. So just whiz along to the end and see you there.